COVID-19 has brought change and uncertainty to everybody's life, and perhaps even more so to families like ours who have a loved one who has a learning disability and/or who is autistic. Respond have brought together some top tips from families about how you can help your loved one, your young person, cope with anxiety throughout this challenging time.
One of the things that could be really helpful during this time is to be paying attention to both how you're feeling and how the people around you, your child, is feeling. Are you feeling tense, nervous, anxious? Are you feeling worried? Can you notice butterflies, sweaty palms? How's your heart? And by paying attention to your feelings, you can start to notice whether that might be a sign of how your child's feeling as well. It might be a signal. Oh, if I'm feeling worried, perhaps they're feeling worried too.
My younger one was very distressed about the COVID. He was Googling everything that there was about COVID. He was Googling it and he was becoming very, very anxious and distressed.
So what you can do is make what we call mind-minded comments, which is a fancy way of just saying, I'm feeling worried today, or I'm feeling a bit angry because of what's happening. And that can be really useful to share because your child will be picking up on the sensitivity of how you're doing, and by naming it will help them to understand how they might be feeling. You are the authority on your child. You are the expert. You know them best. So really trust that. Trust your knowledge and your experience, because it will really carry you through this time.
My son, like many autistic people, lives with anxiety on a daily basis. And he found lockdown particularly difficult, not being able to do the things that he does normally. And so we know that if his anxiety spirals out of control, that this can lead to him becoming distressed and unhappy. And we realised that keeping him busy with the things that we could still do, like playing football in the garden or singing karaoke with his favourite music, would really help to keep him busy, safe and happy.
To pass the time, we end up doing lots of other things together. He refused to leave the house, so we would go in a backyard. He's very small, but we're doing all sorts of planting, did loads of vegetables, planted a lot of things to keep us busy. We would do face painting, play silly games with it, because that was the only thing we could do.
As lockdown eased, we still couldn't go into her setting because of social distancing, etc. But what we could do is meet outside. We went for loads of country walks. We took the dogs. And we also found that my daughter, who's autistic, had a love of fishing. Not because she wanted to spend quality time with Dad, but the sensory needs that she has. She likes the feel of fish and she likes the plopping noise they make when you pop them back in the water.
Keeping in touch with our son during lockdown was really difficult. We were used to seeing him whenever we wanted, and he was used to seeing us whenever he wanted. We wanted to be part of his daily life. We wanted him to know that we thought about him and we loved him. We had to try and think really creatively about ways in which we could do that. One idea we had was to use the leftover advent calendar that we had from Christmas that had chocolates in it. And we stuck pictures of his favourite football players on it, so that every day he could open one of the windows and he'd get chocolate and he'd know that we were thinking of him and that we loved him.
Our son lives in a brilliant place. The care team are always so supportive. There's a good network of support that keeps him safe and well, and we've always felt included as well. They all know him so well, even though he can't always express himself. If he's anxious, they know what to do to help him. They've even helped us keep in touch, and we've been able to carry on visiting him, even that there are visiting restrictions in place at the moment. We're able to meet him on the porch just outside his front door, so that works wonderfully, and we're able to carry on seeing him.
When the COVID lockdown started earlier this year, I was terrified. My daughter had not long left secure inpatient mental health services. They made sure that we knew what they were telling my daughter, how they were saying it, the information they were giving on, so that we could reflect exactly the same message to her. They then enabled her to use Zoom to contact us. There were no blanket bans on technology like you get in inpatient services, so this was a massive freedom. And it made such a difference because my daughter could share with us what she was doing during the day. She would phone us up excited, show us the gardening that she was doing. She would show us the activities that she was getting up to. And we could do the same thing with her. It also enabled her to share with us lots of Amazon items that she wanted us to buy. And we could do that. We can order them, send them to her. So technology made a real difference.
We hope that you have found these tips helpful. If you need a safe space to speak with others who are going through what you are, or if you need independent support and advice, these organisations can help.